Well, it's been a long time since we've done a video. I've been too focused doing photography. That was the fire pit guy. And right behind me is Poof. And we're on the Smoky Loop Trail. And in a couple of hours we'll be back at the campground where we base camped. Dropped Weisenberg off this morning. He's doing a big hike. We'll show you Weisenberg and the rigs later this evening. Well, the fire pit guy asked me about one of my favorite little cook systems. And I think if you guys have seen all my videos, you've seen the Fargo bot before. Very concise. And in this little bot are many systems. I think most people know the Firebox Nano is in there, in case I was in a wood burning mode, but we're getting ready to have a cup of hot cocoa or hot coffee. And we're going to use the Calderas cone system with the bot. Inside the bot are the 3 stoves. Coffee break. We decided to use Esbit. Set it over here, I'll pour it in there.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got plenty. You want yours boiling?
I'll be fine.
You gotta let yours cool off a little bit so you can drink it.
Voila. The bot and a Caldera cone, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is not a part of the official trail. This is a Poof retrieving a pair of rolling earmuffs that would not stop rolling. And 20 minutes later, this is going to take 4-wheel drive, isn't it, Poof? Hopefully that's going to be the hardest climb you do of the day. Oh, speaking of, might as well tell the folks, if you guys want to do the Smoky Loop, it's about a 1,500 gain over 6 miles.
Okay.
Still winter in the Smokies. We've seen a couple of things starting to bud out. Not many though. Fire pit guy, what'd you think? Smoky Loop.
It'll get your heart racing.
Yeah.
Everybody should do it at least once.
Good climb.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Smoky Loop, Poof. Your thoughts?
I liked it. I loved the tread. It was nice, even though it was steep. The tread was very nice, very smooth. I enjoyed walking it.
Recommend it?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Guys, we're back at Smoky, and this is where we base camped last night. We'll base camp again tonight. I wanted you to see something you don't see every day. This is a collector's item. This is a war bonnet. One of the originals, back when Spin UL was hot. Now, you know, you can't even get it. It's unheard of. It had the brilliant war bonnet doors. Here's the other end. Very tidy, nice configuration. It came ready for the pole mod. And inside, this is a very spacious tarp. Cutting edge during its day. We'll open these doors and show you how capacious it is on the inside. Yeah, man, you take that hammock up and you could have 4 or 5 people in there in the dry.
If it come a cloud burst.
Okay. And right now, we've got the hammock just pulled up to the far end of the pole mod just to show you that 4 people easily. And that's just pulling the hammock up to the pole. Yeah, very clever, Brandon. Thank you.
So, what did you think about the Smoky Loop?
It was good. It was gentle on my feet. The tread was wonderful. Not a lot of rock, not a lot of root. Not a lot of leaves, man, trying to trip me up. I was wearing the Rock Light, excuse me, the Innovate Rock Light. It's time to celebrate. That was a huge 6-mile loop. That gets me up to 231 Smoky miles. In a little while, Burr's going to come back and we'll congratulate him. He's now within 50 miles of being a 900 miler in the Smokies, so awesome Burr. We were thinking he'd be back by now. I'm sure he'll show up any minute, so we'll see you then. Thank you. Y'all might remember a couple of weeks ago, up on Round Ball in a hellacious wind, this section of the dirigible was sheared from the rest of the hammock sock. It went to doctor hanging out and got the text. He said, don't worry, it's much less damage than he feared. Well, it's already back. It's already beautiful, wonderful, and I've got to stake down because we were out hiking. I thought maybe a storm might come through, but the seat suspension has been completely reworked in the dirigible, and hanging out, let me tell you, man, it's sweet. So awesome, thank you. Also a shout out to Rivendell. I'm racking up nights in the insole hammock, and I wanted to, and I promised that I would keep pushing the Rhone into the warmer and warmer months. Last night it was 37 degrees. All of my hiking buddies were a little chilly on the bottom. I was balmy. I'm glad I brought it. So far, absolutely no complaints. Again, workmanship stellar. It is a one-bag solution. I'm getting some contacts from people saying, what do you think about it? You know, you've used it for a while now. Comparing it to a pea pod, because I've got 3 pea pods. I've used pea pods for a long time. If you've already got a pea pod, I don't know if I would upgrade. I don't know. That's a hard one because, you know, it's big money that you've invested, and it's big money to get one of these. But if I did not have a pea pod and I was looking for an all-in-one solution, this would be the one, no doubt. And definitely get the waterproof down. Insist on that. Okay, he's now within 30 miles of the 900-mile status.
Yeah, let's not.
How was the day?
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah.
15.3, and the Smokemont loop at the end was just unendingly up.
It was a surprise.
Yeah, not a welcome one.
Cool.
So,
well, I've been telling them all day that we'd see you this evening after your long marathon.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see when you get back.
Calorie deficit.
Now you need to put it back on and let me record you.
Oh, that's all right. Well, imagine this, guys. We're back in the park, not hiking. We're on the way to Little Bottoms, and we're about a mile away. Hang up the hammies, grill a little meat. We are in the, what part, Boof?
The western part? Abrams Falls?
Abram Falls area. This is where a tragedy happened about a year ago. A couple people were killed, if I remember correctly, during a big storm. So anyway, we'll see you guys in the morning when we wake up. Got something really cool to show you about the hammock. It's again had a logarithmic.
Welcome to campsite number 1. We are in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We're on the Abrams side. We've never been to this side. 2 weeks ago, I guess as you just saw in a previous video, that we were in the Smokemont area. And I think that leaves one more area, Elkmont, that we've never been to. And we're doing a kiddie loop. Just getting out, stretching our legs. Not hiked in, very easy walk. Today we've got 4.5 miles to the next campsite. And I don't know if you can see, but there's something different about the airship. Can you guys see it up there? I'll show you more of that later.
Short off the mountains, not the only place where you can find a water tree. You guys hear that? It's pretty, isn't it? In the summer, you can rock hop across it. This is this barely spring, and we're gonna have to cross this sometime today. So last year a major storm came through, tornado hit the Abrams Creek area. And this is this part of the remainders. The trail crews had a devil of a time getting this trail back open. You see why? We're hiking by campsite 17, just checking it out. Just note for future Smoky hikers who want to use a hammock, this is a pretty good one. We've seen many areas of the park. Nothing looks like this. Even without the storm. It's just a completely different zone. But the storm, my God, man, it laid waste. Created a few widowmakers too. Getting ready to walk under this one. We're at the next trail junction, and this is a serious one. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, we're obviously right here. The trail we need is over there. There's some deep spots, got a little bit of a current. Rocks are slick. You guys know the drill. Be careful. Don't try this at home. If you are going to do this section, summer would be a much better time. I bet you could even rock hop then. What'd you think? So, what'd you think about your river crossing, Poof?
It was cold. It wasn't that bad.
Any advice for future hikers?
During the summer.
Yeah.
It was cold.
What about after a big rain?
No, it wouldn't do it.
Well, turn around.
A lot of current.
Sound and sage advice. Guys, welcome to campsite 17. Poof is finished rigging. That's an original Mac Cat OES Stealth Cat. Got our pole mod. Which underquilt, Poof?
Underground.
Poof's using underground quilts underquilt. And which top quilt? Underground quilts top quilt. Good deal.
And a Neutron 5.
And the hammock is the Neutron 5, which is the less than 6 ounce model, right? Which has now survived how many trips?
Oh my gosh, man.
Quite a few. Most of you guys have seen pole mods before, nothing new, but I always love the amount of room they give. That is really spacious.
So curious.
Now you could stake that much closer to the ground if you wanted to, right?
Oh yeah, I could, but I don't need to.
Yeah, we're not expecting rain tonight. I'd give you guys a drum roll, but I'm too tired. We had a little over 2,000 feet of gain to get up here. But you're looking at the airship, and there's something new about it, something I wanted to share. Can you spot it from this angle? Maybe you can spot it from here. But there's a pronounced curve running up the middle of the tarp portion of the hammock sock. Even better seen on this side. You guys know the genius of hanging out. It's always impressed me. Well, the airship is just been drastically super improvement. Well, the airship is now in the 22nd century. It now has a pole mod. Makes a huge difference. And while we're here, we can admire the bone fire. Thanks, firing my bones. This trip was so warm, I'm out of the insole hammock. But next week when we go hiking, we'll be back up at elevation. I'll be back in the insole hammock at least one more time. I don't have to tell you guys the advantages of the pole mods. They are several. But the way it opens up this porch mode, it's really sweet. I was using it last night, and when I got up to pee, I had the porch mode much higher up. When I got to pee, I didn't have to go out either of the ends. I just stood underneath the peak of the pole and didn't have to bend over to pee. It was a big positive. Got a bunch of stuff pulled out of the way with my right leg. I was going to show you something else. I don't condense in hammock socks. I'm lucky. But for people who might have condensation issues, suddenly a pole mod frees up or creates a lot of airspace for air to move. Now I'm laying in full ASIM, and you can see the seat is fully occlusive up to the top, holding in all that warm air. And again, this is momentum. This is completely breathable, and on this side, this is the waterproof breathable cubing. Good morning. It's Sunday, and we're fresh up a 500 footer out of the hammocks. Nothing like a good climb to get the heart pumping. We're on the western edge of the park. Still in the park though. And we do have just a little bit of view up here on the high reaches of the Rabbit Creek Trail. You can tell spring is here. Lots of green, the wildflowers are starting. We're almost through with this loop. Highly recommend it for beginning backpackers. Got a lot of neat features. A little bit of views up on top. Be nice for a clearing. The river crossing, again, just do that in summer. Don't try that one in winter. The campsite last night, it was good. It was okay. Had at least 3 water sources there. None of them really bubbling, but they worked. So this completes this one. Hey guys, welcome back to the park. We're on the way to campsite 47 on the Enlow Creek Trail. We're actually starting to hike, and it's not what?
Dark.
It's not dark. What a strange. We got a new hiking buddy. This is number 2. Yep. And we'll check back with you guys as we mosey up. We've got a 1,500 footer staring at us. So see you when we get near the top, next trail junction. We've seen more trilliums than ever before in my life. Also wanted you guys to notice the obvious. It is a Eula Ohm weekend. Newbie number 2 hits the ground. How'd it feel?
Not bad. Yes.
Per Poof's habit of finding and digging up ramps. Yeah?
Yeah, ramps.
Cool.
Right.
That'll go with the Scotch eggs.
Yeah.
Fire my bones, we might have come up with something here.
Yeah, ramps and Scotch eggs.
Well, folks, I thought for the first time we would be in camp the first night before dark, but it's looking doubtful. But it's not. I think we got 1 more mile to go.
Look at him. Watch him. He's going to steal it. Look, he
My
put the whole thing in
God.
his mouth. He keeps carrying it. There he is. Kind of cool. There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, what do you think about backpacking backpacking 101 so far?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be doing it again.
Good morning, guys. I gotta show you where we're hanging. It's one of the coolest places I've ever hung in the park. We were scheduled for Mount Sterling last night because of weather. We rerouted, did another loop. Let me show you something totally cool. Here's the intended campsite, and it just took a little gander, just a quick walk around to realize there ain't no trees here to hang from. It's just one of the risks of hanging. Sometimes you risk suspension failure and hitting the ground, and sometimes you risk having no trees. So in my hanging career, this is the first time I've ever hung from a bridge. This is the community tarp for the weather we had. This is kind of like Motel 6 of hammock socks. Hanging out. Incredible. Appreciate your genius, your vision. So it's one thing to hang on a bridge, but this is everyone's view this morning. And of course what we listen to all night long. Best hang spot ever. And the view from the other side's not bad either. You got to wonder what force of water, what power of water just tumbled these giant logs in place. What do you guys think of this place?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal, isn't it? It's like the hidden grotto.
I love it.
I only fear was horses coming through this morning.
But yeah, I was looking at this trail. This is probably not my favorite.
You sure? Fire my bones. Thinking of you as we're warming up our Scotch eggs, and it's gonna be Scotch eggs and grits for breakfast. Woohoo! Day 2 begins with a 1,000-footer just to get the heart pumping. See you guys on top. We made it to campsite 44. I guess it's 4.5 miles from campsite 47. This is a beautiful little meadow of spring beauties. Hanging was challenging here. Trees were like 22 feet apart, and we did eventually find enough trees close enough. It's raining. It's been raining off and on all day. I'm cozy. I'm underneath the Underground Quilt's Primo hypoallergenic waterproof down top quilt. Underneath me, I'm using a combo. I've got a hammock gear under quilt on the outside, and underneath it is the integrated bonfire. So I will not be getting chilly. In fact, last night I had to sleep nudie. I went to sleep with down pants and my park on. It was way too much. Enjoying the pole mod, this H&O inspired airship. The pole mod is the ruler. Of course, last night couldn't use it on the bridge, but it's going to work perfect here. So it's time for a little nap, just for a little while, and then get up and maybe have a hot drink and dinner. Good morning, day 3. 36.6 degrees on an Easter morning, and our total gain was 3,250 feet. Poof's over there waving out of the hammock. She's too far away to see with this camera. Give y'all another view of a pole mod with the airship. One thing it does allow me to do is stake out all the corners, and that makes it more aerodynamic. It's kind of hard to even see it's in place until you notice this peaked end right here. Hats off to Aaron Rosenberg of Brasslight. Haven't used one of these in a long time. This was our backup from when we ran out of cartridge, and we just ran out of cartridge. So let's pull some water old-timey way. What happened?
I fell out of the toilet.
Yep, 2 days, no sun, so we're enjoying today. It's a beautiful Easter. No real views without trees, but at least it's still winter at this elevation and you can still see out. We're in the middle of a 2,000 foot drop. So far it's been one of the nicest downhills I've had in a long time. It's 2,000 feet over 2.8 miles. On the other side of the mountain it was a pink trillium garden. This side we're getting a lot more whites. There's a couple pinks mixed in, but mostly whites. The season of the trillium. Well, that concludes this weekend's section hike in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's really nice to have good weather today. So see you guys the next time.